Well, in the spotlight, I'm Shirley Lin, and today my guest is David Ho, who is the author of this book. It's about the Z generation. It means that the people who were born after, or rather the year of the 1990s, or in the 90s, and about how to keep the talent of Z generation for those who specialize in office design. But first of all, a little background about David. He's an architect. He studied master's at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. He mastered in architecture design, and he's been in this profession for 25 years, and he's won many different awards. But let's meet David. Hi, David.
Hi, Shirley.
It's good to have you.
It's good to have you here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right. Now, we've been friends for almost 30 years, so we can really relax and just have fun, right? Anyway, I've looked at this book. It doesn't have an official English name yet, but eventually it's going to be translated into English, right? That's why we're doing this interview in English. But anyway, it's a great book.
Wow,
It's got
thank you.
lots of information, which I find very interesting. I've got 3 kids, literally from Z generation, right? And
They were
you've got
born
2
after
daughters.
90s.
First of all, why did you want to study architecture?
Wow, that's my major, but it's quite a long story. Let's make it short. When I was going to the university, when I was 20s, I was majoring in physics.
Physics.
Physics, wow, that's incredible. My first year in the university, as a freshman, I was quite tense because when I studied physics, I know, oh, that's not my interest. When you study physics, you need to study many math, many calculations. I'm not good at math.
Yeah.
All those formulas, symbolic things, wow, to me, it's just like a foreign language. I just don't get it.
So then what happened?
And then after that, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to escape from the physics. That's my first step to think, okay, who am I? What am I looking for? What's my interest in? If I'm not interested in this, then what's going on to my next step? So that's the beginning of thinking what I'm going to do. So I'm thinking, okay, then what's my interest? That ring my bell to think about back to the past when I go to the high school. I bus to high school. On the road, I just see many.
Love looking at buildings and architecture?
And I'm thinking, okay, and wow, this building looks good and that building looks bad. Why is that? So that makes me think about, oh, wow, maybe that's the thing I'm interested in.
Is it also because you also like to draw? You've always liked to draw, right?
Wow, drawing is my habit.
Your habit.
But I'm not that kind of traditional arts, fine arts drawing.
Oh, not oil painting, but okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, got it. So why this book? Why did you decide to come with this book?
Then I transferred to architectural design in the university from the physics. Wow, that makes me feel, wow, that's a release. I find my way. So I'm very happy to study architectural design in the university. And then why this book? Okay, it took me about 8 to 10 years to collect all the social information, which I take a look at very close to the 90s. That's because when I talk to my clients, I need to interview with
people in the 1990s, right?
That's right. I need to know what they need so that I can apply to my design. That's why I have a very close look to 90s. And I collect all these different information. And then I found out, okay, in 90s, people always say, oh, they are strawberry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to explain what strawberry generation is. Okay. Here in Taiwan, in Chinese they call it 草莓族. That's like strawberry group or people or generation, which means that they're soft inside. They can't take hard jobs.
Good looking outside, but fragile inside.
In America, they think of the Z generation as being the strawberry generation.
The same concept.
Yeah.
But what I found out is totally different.
Totally different.
They have good looking outside, that's right. But inner side, they have many, many creative ideas. They want to see the things happen. They jump around because they have too many ideas and they want to see things happen. That's quite different from our generation. Our generation, people, you need to polite. You don't talk too much. You just do what you, obey the boss tell you. But for the 90s, they just, hey, this is my idea, listen. So I found out, wow, that's awesome. That's for the 90s, they are awesome. They jump around because they want to see the world. They have passion, but they don't have patience. That's because they have too many creative ideas. And they are energetic because they want to see things happen. So I found out, wow, that's the great things in 90s. Write all these down with my design, through the design to help people know, hey, 90s, they are great. So that's why I wrote this book.
Well, we're not going to get into details about the book because everybody should go and buy this book, right? So,
That's right.
I know. But I do want to ask, though, what do the people in the Z generation expect of their parents?
That's a very good question. As I say, they got lots of different ideas, creative thinkings. They want to see things happen. So they expect either parents or boss to listen to them.
Now, that doesn't happen in our
generation. Right. We listen to our parents, our boss.
So.
But now they expect us to listen to them.
But do you think it's easy?
For them, it's easy. For our generation.
So you've been a supervisor to people of the Z generation.
That's right.
What was it like?
The one who got patience, more patience is me. I have to have patience to listen to them. Not listen, but always think carefully. Hey, what you want? What they want and what the things I can provide to them to fulfill their dreams come true.
Oh, wow, that is so different being a boss to a group of people. It's like you throw down commands and you tell them to do what you want them to do. You learned early on that you need to listen more to your employees and what they're thinking. Well, that's not easy.
I think that's a training for me.
Yeah.
For all the bosses.
Well, of course, as a parent too, right? But we'll get to that because eventually we're going to be having an interview with David's two daughters, in on the interview, and then we can learn more about that. Now, a little bit about a book. Okay. I didn't quite understand what's mood design. I think I know. I think I can guess. But what's mood design?
Okay, mood design, that's not a new term. That's not a new word.
It's a new word to me.
Okay, right. But for the design field, mood design is, you design something, consider about when people use it, how people can create their mood. Okay, that's called mood design. That's not a new term.
You mean what you want to create the mood for them, or to think ahead as to what mood they want to have, and you try to create that mood for them? Which is it?
Both.
Both?
Both. But I found out that nobody want to apply this point to the 90s. Most of all, people want to create something, start from the functional things. Can I use this things easily, conveniently? That's the first things people considering about when do the design work.
Yeah, and that an office has to be an office. You can't have a toy in there.
That's right. Functional things is very important, of course. But when I do the design, I try to apply the mood into my space for the 90s. Because, as I said, 90s, they want to, express themselves very, very much. They have many ideas, many feelings, and that's the point. When I do the design, I must thinking about how to apply their feeling, how to use their feeling apply in my design.
So you need to stand in their shoes.
That's right.
And try to figure out what would make them happy. Yeah.
So when they walk into the space, walk into their office, they feel, oh, hey man, this is my space. This belongs to me. So that they can make them enjoy their work, enjoy their environment.